This is the most evil episode of Wife Swap ever.
Big girl, isn't it?
I am a big girl, yeah.
She's a horror bag, isn't she?
I need to be able to spend time with kids. It's like a drug.
I am now your manager, and you are now my employees.
Call my family fat.
Hello, you gorgeous donuts. Wife Swap is a TV show in which two wives from different households swap places with each other for 2 weeks to see how they cope. And every single episode is filled with so much drama because the cast and team picks two totally contrasting families just to make it extra difficult for the wives to settle into their new house for the next 2 weeks. And this makes Wife Swap genuinely the most insane concept for a TV show ever. That is especially apparent in the episode we're going to be breaking down today, which is known as the most volatile episode of Wife Swap ever. It has the biggest arguments to ever appear on the show. Both of the couples just being horrible to each other. There's no nice people in this episode. There's one specific moment later in this episode where one of the wives attacks the siblings of the family, and at the end of this episode, both the couples then meet to talk about what they hate about each other's lives, and this is the first time in Wife Swap history where they had to cut this segment short because both of the wives tried to assault each other. And as an extra piece to this video, we're going to do an update to see where all of the people that were featured in this episode are today. And trust me when I say this episode has the most shocking update ever. So get comfy and let's get into this episode. So the episode begins with us meeting our first family, the Blythes. Penny and Christian have been together for 7 years and they have a 2-year-old son together called Harvey. We find out that 35-year-old Penny is very self-conscious on the way she looks.
Even on my deathbed, I'll still be putting my makeup on.
Really, love? Will you? When there's like various tubes sticking out here, are you going to be like, doctors, can you just take a minute, let us just apply me lippy, love? I doubt it. Oh, you're trying to give us eye drops, are you? You better have some mascara with you, love, otherwise I'm not taking them. She works long hours, 6 days a week, managing both of her salons that she actually owns. Okay, independent bad bitch. Love that for you. Go on, son. Penny making those pounds.
I believe image is the most important thing that anybody can do. It's more important than eating.
Is it? More important than eating? Really, love? Why do I feel like this woman gives us the impression that she would eat herself if she could? I don't know about you, but if I was starving and somebody gave me the option to eat a sandwich or take an Instagram photo, I'm also going for the Instagram photo, right? I agree, Penny. We're in this together, sister. Her husband, Christian, also believes that image is above anything else in this world, and he's also in the middle of quitting his job so he can help Penny run both our salons.
Women are women, yeah? They're painted ladies. They've got to look after themselves. If Penny walked in here without any makeup, I wouldn't go out with her.
Well, that's what you call true love. If Penny walked in with no makeup, I wouldn't go out with her. I'd be embarrassed. Do you think I'm going out with her? Put your primer on, love, if you want to go on a date with me. I guess me and you need a trip to West Lord, don't we, love? Imagine being Penny hearing this. You'd be like, oh, all right, cheers, Christian. That's not very holy of you. Okay, who gave you that name? Clearly a faker. Just deepen this straight away. This is probably why Penny puts so much emphasis on her appearance. Because she's with Christian, who literally says that he wouldn't be seen in public with her if she didn't wear it. Like, they've been together for 7 years and they got together when they were young, so this would have formed how Penny kind of like, you know, a confidence about herself, that she's only beautiful with makeup on. It's also hilarious to me that this bloke says this about Penny whilst looking like this. Even if you were like, I don't know, who's a handsome man? Like Brad Pitt. Is Brad Pitt handsome? I don't know. That's like Timothée Chalamet, right? If he said that, you'd be like, oh, well, if I want to be with Timothée Chalamet, I've probably got to up my game a little bit. But this bloke, come on. As Mickey J said, you need to have a look at the man in the mirror, son. Does anyone call him Mickey J? I do. That kind of seems like we were close. We weren't, fortunately. You can tell that Penny wears the pants in this relationship, and she's basically the boss of everything in her life. She even hires cleaners to clean her home.
I don't do menial jobs.
I live off microwave meals.
Food's ready.
She's rubbish.
I mean, like, she seems like she's the one bringing in all the money here. So maybe shouldn't, you know, Christian maybe take the role of doing maybe the cleaning and the cooking if she's running 2 salons working 6 days a week? There's no balance here. Who's looking after the child, by the way? We haven't had a single mention of the child yet. All we've got mentioned is how much they work and how much they love their appearance. What about Harvey? Does anybody love Harvey? When they do mention their son Harvey, it's almost like they're just not asked about him.
I love my son inside out. Like, you know, I couldn't be with him 24 hours a day.
That doesn't need a butt, love, right? You don't have to be that honest with, the camera crew and the entire nation. Just think of your son's feelings just for a little bit when he grows older. I love my son so much. But no, nothing good can come after a but in that sentence. Like, I get it. You don't want to be a housewife. That's totally fine. But just the vibe that you and your husband are talking about your child, it's almost like you hate spending time with him. Like, you couldn't think of anything worse than just spending, like, an entire day with your own son. That's the sign of great parents, I've got to say.
Christine doesn't have a lot of patience.
So they have no patience for their child. That's wonderful. He's literally a child. Why are you asking him, what are you doing? Like, he's a child. He doesn't know yet. This is not going to end well for Penny if the other family has a lot of children. Speaking of the other family, we now meet them, and the mother in this house is also called Penny, which is great and definitely not going to be confusing for you. I feel like I need to use a term to separate them. I'm going to say blonde Penny and makeup Penny. Okay, I'll just say it and then you know which one's which. Penny has 3 kids and they all live together with stepdad Martin. Now, although they share the same name, the 2 Pennies couldn't be more different. Blonde Penny is a stay-at-home mom and she's too busy to look in the mirror, in her own words. She doesn't care about her appearance because she's too busy looking after her 3 kids, a husband, 5 cats, 1 dog, 1 goldfish and 1 rabbit. Oh, I can't wait for these to swap houses. I feel like she's going to be fine until she finds out about the goldfish and then she's just going to throw a fit.
Penny believes a mother's role is to stay at home with the kids.
I love the cast and team of Wife Swap. They genuinely just get 2 people that they know won't work well together at each other's household and go on. And at any moment, it can go. Blonde Penny says that nobody helps her in her home. She literally does every single thing. And even if she asks the children or Martin for any help, they just moan at her. And straight away, you can kind of tell that Blonde Penny isn't appreciated in this house and everyone kind of walks all over her. And she can't do enough for them. Like, she puts herself last even after the goldfish. Even the goldfish is turning his back on her when she asks for a little bit of help. No fucker appreciates her. The way this family treat her is so evil. It's almost like she's a slave to them.
Just chuck my clothes on the floor and won't bother picking them up.
Right, that's class, mate. Right, you sound like the best husband. Blonde Penny's so lucky. God, she's not going to leave you after this experiment, is she? Yeah, I just chuck them on the floor and then magically, they just get, picked up and then just, cleaned. Honestly, I think there's a magician in this house. It's unbelievable. It's almost like Penny has 4 kids because Martin is one of them at this point.
Children come first, Martin comes second, animals come third, and I come last.
This is so sad because she seems so sweet. She seems like the purest heart ever and everyone in her life just takes advantage of her. Early prediction, I feel like she's going to take care of Harvey a lot better than what Makeup Penny does. Both of the wives then leave their families for the next 2 weeks, but before they meet the new family that they're going to be staying with, they get to tour the house and they just spend this time just absolutely rinsing each other.
Oh, I can smell his fur. And it's not me. Chris, where did you come from?
Hey, what's the dog done? The dog's going to be like, actually, love, I can ask you the same thing. This is my fucking house. Where'd you come from? It was the look of disappointment when she took her first sniff. She was like, oh.
It's all pre-packed rubbish.
Why did they blur the ready meals? What? Are they now illegal? What is going on there? Or was it a certain brand that they couldn't clear? That was why I've never seen freezer items get blurred as if they're like stacks of drugs.
Kids. Oh, God, there's more than one.
Oh, no, it's not her.
The sheer fear on her face. It's like she's talking about burglars. Oh my God, there's more than one. They're coming from every angle. Lock the doors.
Oh, look at the makeup. What is she, some Barbie doll? Oh, no.
I mean, that was our wedding day. People tend to wear makeup on their wedding day. It's just a thing, really. People like to just look their best. Nobody, goes to their wedding going, I want to look as bad as possible here. A little bit harsh to take the piss out of our makeup on our wedding day. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, life to-do list. Liposuction.
It smells of shit. Honest to God, someone's pulled in there.
Honest to God, someone's pooed in here. I highly doubt that, love. Well, I mean, I don't really know Blonde Penny, like, you know, person to person. I've never met her. But I don't think that she would take a poop and then store it in a wardrobe. I'm yet to meet somebody that has that characteristic about them. Now, they've both left a written manual for each other, which basically explains what their role is in the household and all of the chores that they will have to do for the next 2 weeks. And some of the things that have been written down in this manual are wild.
When we got married, I told Christian I didn't want any kids because I was too selfish. She doesn't deserve to have a kid.
Why would you write that down in a manual? Like, did they even ask that question? That seems like you've just expanded. Like, you don't get any extra marks for that, love. Yeah, actually, if we're just speaking our opinion on this sheet, I didn't actually want any kids. That's why I don't even, like, talk to Harvey. You birthed that boy, love. What do you mean you didn't even want him? He's gonna see this one day. I'm trying to think what effect that would have on me if I, like, watched this back and this was my parents writing this about me. Now, you're going to see at the end of this video what actually happened to Harvey, and you could say that some of the things that happened in his childhood have led to the shocking update I'm going to give you about him at the end.
I'm a stay-at-home mum, and what makes me happy is making other people happy. Oh, God.
I love that she's freaking out on the point of she likes to make other people happy. And Makeup Penny is like, how do you do that? I don't have the facilities for that one, big man. By the way, them both being called Penny is like throwing me off so much. At least the husbands aren't going to get mixed up with like what to call them. Although it would be really weird calling them. Anyway.
This is my morning routine. Shave armpits, wash hair, highlighter under my eyes, and in between my eyebrows. What's that for?
Oh my lord. She's got a more intricate morning routine than that bloke that like dips his head in ice and like dives in the water before 5 a.m.
I hate wearing makeup. There's always time for makeup. It's the most important thing ever.
I think your child probably comes before, you know, a little bit of lippy love. Personally, I mean, not personally, I don't have one, but I just imagine I don't wear makeup either. So if anything, my opinion's kind of void on this. Maybe you're in the right here, love. Maybe I'm the idiot, actually. It's finally time for both the wives to meet the new families they're going to be staying with for the next 2 weeks, and as you can imagine, this goes as drastic as possible.
I'm Penny.
You who?
I'm Penny.
Big girl, isn't it?
I am a big girl, yes, definitely.
Is that how you greet like everyone in your life? Just by the size of them? You've literally just met this woman, and after hearing her name, the first thing you say is, fucking big girl, aren't you? That's no way to talk to somebody. She didn't go, right, did you leave your hairline outside, did you? Right, yeah. You shut the door, you know. You're not going to let it in.
Too much makeup. I don't like makeup. What's she hiding? You couldn't have got anybody more false if you'd given me a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, too much makeup. What's she hiding? Has she got a bomb? I'm not putting anything past her. I bet they check her every single time she goes through airport security. She's hiding something, I tell you. There's lies behind that lip liner. I can see it now. What's she hiding? What does that even mean? Also, like, why would you hate makeup? Like, hate? Such a strong word. Like, I don't understand how you can get to the point where you hate it.
You're going to have a makeover, mate. I don't want to be a bit cheeky, like, but you know, you don't mind, do you?
You could say, oh, by the way, this is me son Harvey. This is his routine. This is, like, what he likes. This is what he doesn't like. The only thing he said is, wow, you're a big girl. You're going to need to change everything about you if you want to stay here. What a lovely bloke. Living up to his name, Christian. What a guy. I don't know how I would respond if somebody said to us, God, you're going to need a makeover. No, really, you need a makeover. I'd be like, oh, all right, well, there goes the last bit of self-confidence that I managed to develop over the past few years. Cheers. Like, why did he ask her if she's from a farm? What does that even mean? Do you not really have much human interaction? Yeah, you don't have internet, do you? No, you've not got any mirrors on that farm. Like, even when Christian's alone, he's extra mean about Blonde Penny when he's with the producers.
I'm still in shock. Well, she's a horror bag, isn't she? Let's be honest.
What about you? You're calling her a horror bag? All right, calm down, Paul Walker. Forgot you were a heartthrob. I can't believe that this man is saying to that woman that she's a horror bag. Like, really, sir? Really? Who gave you the audacity? It's sad as well because he bases everything off appearance. He doesn't even give Blonde Penny the time of day to like get to know her or like understand if she's a nice person because he's already made his decision up about her just because of the way she looks. In the other house, Makeup Penny then jumps straight into Blonde Penny's routine and already she's really struggling.
I don't honestly think she's ever cooked before in her life.
Hot take here. Should you really be letting someone that has never cooked before serve children beef? like raw beef. Like, are you really trusting her with that? That didn't look cooked. I feel like somebody should like kind of just think of the children here. Like, look at this poor child's face. She knows what's coming. It's a week off school.
Dinner tonight was absolutely disgusting.
So I don't think she can cook.
Well, cracking start. This is going to be one hell of an episode. Whereas Blonde Penny is finding her new role so easy because she's used to cooking like everything from scratch. All she needs to do now is get all the food out of a tin. It's literally a piece of piss for her. She also finds out that tomorrow she won't have to look after Harvey because every single day Harvey is looked after by somebody else. So she's going to spend all day in the beauty salon that other Penny owns so she can get a makeover.
They're going to cut your hair for you because it looks a bit unkempt.
Oh, thanks for that, Christian. Coming from somebody with such luscious locks, I really appreciate that.
I think Penny, her image is very important to her.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, that your image, you know, means a lot to you. Like, if that's the thing that brings you confidence, putting makeup on, dressing a certain way, then you do you. Like, if that's what brings you self-confidence, like, nobody else's opinion really matters. But when you put it above everything in your life, especially, like, looking after your child, that's when it becomes an issue. And also, Blonde Penny is going to find these 2 weeks so easy. If, like, all she's doing tomorrow is just spending all day getting a free makeover, it's like being on holiday compared to what she's used to. Having a completely different experience is Makeup Penny. She's been told that she has to lock all of her makeup in an out of bounds area because Blonde Penny doesn't ever wear makeup.
I dread to think what she's going to be like if she gets up early in the morning. She's just scared of kids, you know, they won't know who she is.
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. Thanks, though. Appreciate it. Look, I can't really tell if a man is attractive or not. Like, I can't tell if the people watching this video are going to fancy these 2 men. But just guessing, I don't understand how these men think they're, like, straight 10 out of 10s.
I've ruined any saucepan. I think I'll bin the pan.
Don't bin the...
And avoid cooking with it.
Oh.
Because I can't clean it.
Yes, you can, love. Don't bin... Oh, my good fucking God, man. Don't bin the pan. That actually gave us a heart attack. That was brutal. You can scrape it off or put boiling water in, right? Leave it for a little bit. It just comes off. Comes straight off, love. Right? Can just asks for some advice. Surely someone in the house knows some tricks. Don't bin the actual pan. Could have stuck it on eBay and got a tenner for that. It is a little bit worrying that she doesn't know how to cook anything when she does actually have like a 2-year-old son at home. He must constantly just be getting like the worst nutrition if everything's out of a can. Like if he's never getting something that's cooked. Can you imagine what that's like for that little boy? Also, whilst Makeup Penny is sorting out the packed lunches for the entire family for tomorrow, she starts freaking out.
I can't look. I'll have nightmares.
Oh my God, it's actually a mouse.
Put it in a sandwich, so when they open up the box tomorrow, Martin's got a mouse sandwich.
Why do I unintentionally think Makeup Penny's pretty funny? I feel like that's a totally valid response to seeing a cat catch a little mice. You know, I feel like that's a valid response. I don't know if I would jump up on like top of a seat, but hey, I'm not in that situation. Maybe I would. Actually, knowing me, I'm like hard as fuck, so I'd probably just like pick it up with me bare hands and just put it in the bin, but that's just me, right? Didn't ask for these powers, obviously. I know I say that a lot, but I just have so many powers, guys. I'm just quite a masculine man, as you probably knew. Like, you probably looked at the Tash 7 days of growth and thought, wow, the testosterone that is running through that man is just so attractive. It's now the first morning of the wives waking up in their new homes, and straight away, Makeup Penny is struggling without makeup. I can't believe I keep calling her Makeup Penny. It's just the only personality trait they've given this woman.
I don't feel attractive and I feel I need to look attractive.
Now, I know a few people watching this might be thinking she's overreacting, but if she's used to putting makeup on at all times in her life, like going downstairs with people she doesn't know, especially on television, like of course you're going to feel self-conscious. And even the wording she used there, she said she feels like she has to always look good. That's possibly because of her partner Christian saying that without makeup she's not pretty and he wouldn't go outside with her. So she feels like she constantly needs to be at this unattainable standard. And it's actually quite sad because as you saw, like without makeup, like she's really pretty. Like she, you know, like she shouldn't feel so negatively to not having any makeup on. The kids then see the sandwiches that were prepared last night for them and they're complaining, saying they're crap and they've been done wrong. Honestly, I don't actually know how you can kind of mess up a sandwich, especially I think it's only ham and cheese. However, I do remember in year 7 at my school in food tech, they like taught us how to make a sandwich in year 7, like 12, 13 years old. I'm pretty sure everyone knew how to do do it. However, I failed that class. Like, my sandwich wasn't good enough to get a C. So God only knows how I failed that. But me and Makeup Penny have got a lot in common, apparently. Meanwhile, Blonde Penny is absolutely loving life as the grandma of Harvey has came to pick him up and she's going to look after him all day, which means that Blonde Penny has got 2 hours to apply makeup before she gets to the salon. Makeup Penny has to do the food shop, which she never usually does, and you can see she instantly hates being there.
Buy me sweet, please. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I've never bought a chicken like that in my life.
Has she ever been to a supermarket? Like, does this woman only go to the salon and go home? Has she never been to any other establishment in her life? I don't know how she's made it to this age. I don't know how she's like a successful business owner. Like, this woman is a really clever person. Yet as soon as she steps into a supermarket, it's almost like she's just entered a zombie apocalypse. To be fair, a lot of supermarkets in prime time do resemble a zombie apocalypse, so I will give her that. Trying to get through the Aldi middle aisle at 4 p.m, it's, oh my god, it's literally like being in a war zone. The amount of food she has to buy for the size of the family that she's going to be feeding, she says is far too much. And I mean, it is a lot of food when you look at it like that. She has to do this all herself and bring all of the bags into the home herself. And when she returns home, there's a little surprise that's been left for her.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, stinks.
Sorry. If anything, that's kind of impressive. How did the cat manage to, like, curl its poop in the crevice? What? It's almost like a little toilet bowl. If anything, it deserves a round of applause.
So I've got to do all the washing, unpack the food, and clean the whole house.
This is really interesting though, because obviously, like, Makeup Penny has a really stressful job. Like, she's a business owner of 2 salons. She will be constantly on the go and have a lot on her shoulders. However, her first day of being a full-time mum, she finds too overwhelming. Like, a lot of people say being a stay-at-home mum is like an easy job. This proves that it's actually harder than running your own business. Talking about salons, Blonde Penny actually has arrived at the salon to get her full makeover.
And he's left strict instructions about the kind of image he wants Penny to have.
I kind of like this and I kind of don't. Like, it's nice that she's getting some self-love time. The reason why she's getting the self-love time isn't a positive. It's because Christian wants her to get it done, not because she wants it done. Like, if she wanted to get it done, I'd be a lot more, like, happy about this. Also, quick question to the people that do get their nails done. Like, what happens if you know, you don't, like, is it not, like, you know, if you don't speak to the person that's getting it done, like, you're sitting there for ages. Like, what do you not run out of things to say? I'm just so interested. Do you use, like, the taxi driver talk? Oh, the weather's just not, it's just wild at the minute, is it? It's wild, yeah. Like, you spend hours in that place. What do you talk about?
Everyone's staring at me and I'm me, and that's who I want to be.
I can imagine that would feel really kind of overwhelming for Blonde Penny, because there's a camera crew with her as well, and everyone, like, she might have sensed a vibe that everyone was kind of laughing at her a little bit, because people that will go to that salon probably do, like, you know, care about their appearance a lot more. So she probably felt like she was a little bit of, like, I don't want to say like a circus clown, but you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like people are laughing at her rather than wanting to help her. That's how it seems she's feeling from her point of view. Moving on, it's interesting to see how Makeup Penny is getting on with Blonde Penny's kids. Like, she's got a really good relationship with them instantly. She's sitting down with them, like, laughing, joking, and it's just because she's spending time with them. Like, she doesn't spend this time with her own son, and it's quite sad to see, because when she's actually in this environment, she seems like a really good mom. And it's sad because Blonde Penny isn't actually allowed to spend any time with Harvey because Makeup Penny doesn't, so obviously she's got to follow the rules.
I need to be able to spend time with kids. It's like a drug. I have to have it.
All right, P. Diddy, calm down, love. Right? That's not going to sound good if it gets read out in court one day. They're like a drug! I can't keep away. I know what she meant though. She's basically just saying that she's got such a motherly instinct, and like her instinct is to just care for children, which is a really nice trait to have. Blonde Penny says that Makeup Penny is like very self-centered and everything she does is for herself, and she doesn't actually go out of her way to do anything for anyone else in her family that doesn't benefit her. And quite frankly, I can kind of see that actually being true. Like, Makeup Penny doesn't really, she puts herself above everyone in her life, which obviously if they've got to do, but she doesn't even like spare a thought for her own son, which is a little bit cruel because like you've brought this little child into the world and you've said that you didn't want him. Like, that's not his problem. You've had him now, so you have to care for him. You've got a duty of caring for this child alongside your husband. And again, in the update we're going to do at the end of this video, you can see how all of these things that have happened in his childhood has maybe kind of had an effect on him later on in life. Blonde Penny also says that she's really struggling with a new makeover.
I mean, is that me? I don't think so. God, I feel so false.
I mean, it's only some nails. I mean, that's probably overwhelming for her, but it's not like that bad. Just some cool nails, right? You can make that cool sound there. Oh, do you know what? What? I'll stop. Oh, calm some more. 2 secs, that's going in the notes at one day. It's now a new day, and again, Blonde Penny doesn't have to look after Harvey at all today, as he's at daycare all day. So she gets to spend another full day at the salon continuing a makeover. Do you really need like 2 days for a makeover? Aren't you just gonna make over the makeover at that point?
It's horrible. I'm sorry. I really hate it.
I can't have all this rubbish on me.
You know what? I actually kind of rate how real she is because, you know, no matter what you get done at a hair salon, when you're showing it, you're like, exactly what I wanted. Better than what I wanted, honestly. The vision, unbelievable. Even if they shave your entire head, you're like, you know what? I actually think it makes us look skinnier. The fact she went, nah, that's crap, love. Right, quit your job. Honestly, what is this? I kind of rate it. Penny hates her new look so much that straight away after getting it done, she just wipes it all off. And at this point, Christian is starting to get really annoyed with Blonde Penny because she's not really buying into the makeover that he wants to give her. So he takes her to a nearby clothing store to change her entire style and find something to wear for their date, which they're going to be going on Saturday night, which I imagine is going to be an absolute thrill for Blonde Penny.
So why didn't you wear the makeup, man?
I felt humiliated. I felt really small.
But it's not my fault, isn't it? It's not my fault you won't wear makeup, is it?
I mean, I feel like he could take a little bit of responsibility here because it did seem like a big thing that they were going to change everything about Blonde Penny, and I can see why she would feel a little bit like humiliated and singled out, and also like it's almost like she's there to be made fun of. And you can see Christian just can't see it from her point of view. Like, he can only see it from his point of view that he wants her to look a certain way, and he doesn't understand why she doesn't want to look better in his eyes. Maybe because Penny doesn't seek male validation. Maybe that is the reason, Christian. However, like, I feel like Penny does have to put in a little bit more effort because she's on wife swap and the whole thing is trying to be the other woman. Like, that's the stupid concept of the show, unfortunately. She then storms out the shop and says that she's not wearing anything that Christian picks out for her. However, later in this episode, you are going to see the outfit that Christian picked for her to wear on this date, so stay tuned for that. Now, Makeup Penny is equally annoyed at the moment as she's on a second cleaning spree of the house today.
The place is absolutely teeming with dust.
Why is she wearing a bin bag? It's almost like she's cleaning out a place that's got like poop up and down the walls. Why is she also wearing an invisible cap? It makes no sense. It's almost like Tony Stark putting on his suit to fight crime. Why is she wearing this? It makes no sense. Makeup Penny says that Blonde Penny is lying about her cleaning the house all of the time, as the house is disgusting in her words. She actually finds it so disgusting that she confronts Martin about it after he gets home from work.
At the end of the day, I think you and Penny should be smart because your kids will want to be like you. At the moment, they want to be slobs because their parents are slobs.
It's the, like, phrasing she's using, like, slobs. Like, you could have communicated this in a better way. You could be like, by the way, like, I feel like, you know, if you showed a better example to your kids to kind of, like, tidy up after themselves, like, they probably would end up having better lives in the future. Just saying it nicer, like, calling them names, that's not going to help anything, and it's just a way for you to get your aggression out. It's also pretty hilarious that she, like, said they should get a cleaner, as if everyone's got the money to just hire, like, a weekly professional cleaner. If they had the money to do that, they probably would, love. It's so funny because when both of the Pennies come face to face at the end of this video, they're like 10 times worse than what they are right now. Like, this is just a warm-up. Now, despite Penny being honest in her own words to Martin, Martin doesn't take it well.
She says the house is dirty. Well, the difference between this house and our house is lived in. A stuck-up bitch.
Well, it's nice to see that the happy couple are getting on well. One's calling one a slob, one's calling the other a stuck-up bitch. Now that is the start of young love. Just quickly, if you haven't already, please consider pressing the subscribe button so you can join the Donuts, the best community on the internet. We're nearly at 550,000 subscribers, okay? So get in quick so you can get in under that. It would be great to have you as part of the community. Meanwhile, Christian is starting to like Blonde Penny because he sees how good she is with his son.
You've done really, really well with him, actually. It's a compliment to you.
All gone now.
It is I'm giving you a compliment, mate.
Thank you.
Firstly, like, all she's doing is sitting down and feeding Harvey. Like, that's pretty much the bare minimum. Like, you're impressed by this? Like, what is it usually like? Also, like, when he was giving her a compliment, he wasn't actually giving her a compliment because, like, he had to repeat it because he wanted, like, a thank you in return. Like, he wasn't doing it to be nice. He was doing it to get some validation back. Like, it's a really weird... I just feel like Christian is quite insecure. Like, that's the kind of vibe he gives off to us.
Now I'm feeling a bit guilty. I'm absolutely amazed about what she does with my son. He seems to have taken to her.
Yeah, you should feel guilty because you made your mind up about who she is as a person because of the way she looks and how she feels comfortable in herself. In your mind, you made her out to be this awful person and you just didn't, like, take into account all of her other great traits, like the way she looks after your child. So you should feel guilty, Christian. You should. But it is interesting because, like I've just said, Blonde Penny really is just doing the bare minimum here. Like, she's bathing the child, she's feeding the child, she's putting the child to bed. It's nothing really spectacular, yet Christian seems like he thinks Blonde Penny's the mother of the year because of this. And I know this is quite strong to say, but it looks like Christian and Makeup Penny, like, they mustn't really care for Harvey at all, like, just from what I'm seeing. It's now the final day before the rule changes come into place, which turns this episode upside down. And at this point in the episode, Blonde Penny's sister has came to see how Makeup Penny is getting on with looking after the children, and the sheer presence of Blonde Penny's sister just being there makes Makeup Penny fuming.
This family's a family of scruffs and slobs.
Sorry, I'm not having that. You are so rude and stuck up.
That's a horrible word to call someone a scruff. Like, they're not a scruff. Like, looking at their house, it's clean, right? It's a nice house. Like, if you think this is a scruff, then you really don't know many people. This is not a scruff at all.
Never met such an ignorant bunch of hillbillies in the whole of my life.
Because I'm a Londoner, he comes from Birmingham, so we ain't hillbillies.
Probably would just stick to the hillbilly comment. I don't even know what that means, but I'd rather that than saying you're from Birmingham. You're just shooting yourself in the foot there. You're just asking to get the piss taken out of you.
I don't know why I was just antagonising him, but I just felt really good after.
I mean, if you get off on calling them scruffs, that says so much about who you are as a person. Like, you get happy off putting other people down, that just says everything about you, unfortunately.
In actual fact, your hair's a ruddy right state.
Because I've got to be Penny, you fat twat.
What is going on? Why has she just started World War III? They only came over to check how she's doing, and now she's getting kicked out and getting called a fat twat. How did this get to this point? He's still got a full cup of tea. Like, they've only just arrived. I think Makeup Penny doesn't actually, like, mean this to them. I think she's just got so much, like, annoyance in her, and it's built up, and now she's just unleashing it on these two innocent people. That doesn't make it right, but, like, surely just them existing has not made her this angry. But it is really weird that she's taking it out on these people who've done nothing wrong. They're not even part of this process. I mean, he's from Birmingham. He's already had a tough life. He doesn't need this to add to it. I feel like just that segment alone has made this episode on par for craziness with the Karen and Brian episode we done. In the other house, the drama is just about to begin, as Christian has taken Blonde Penny out for a date night. Blonde Penny is wearing an outfit which she really doesn't feel comfortable in, however she wants reassurance from Christian that she looks okay.
But what will Christian think of her new look?
You look nice.
No, I don't. I look hideous. I look like Tina Turner gone wrong.
You look really nice.
You know, the stripes in her hair, like the way that she's looking, like, this is definitely out of her comfort zone, so you can see why she would feel really stressed here and really vulnerable. I mean, I think she looks fabulous, I think. Like, at the time, I don't actually know if that looks good or not. Like, if my partner would look like that and she was happy, I'd be like, oh, well, as long as you're happy, love, right? Should we go? Starters and main or dessert, right? Which one we're gonna go for? They both then have a massive argument because Blonde Penny doesn't like what Christian's wearing. What? How the turntables! I love it! This episode is so good!
Why the hell are you wearing a pink shirt? And
So you're criticising the way I look? So it's important to you how I look? You want me to change my shirt? Hang on.
No, just the tie will do.
Oh, she's got nowhere. She was purposely winding him up there and he's bit. He's all right then. You want us to change the salmon top? Fine. Have it your way. It's fine. I thought it really brought out my eyes, but I guess not.
I won't change. I think I look all right.
Do you?
I love the little, do you? Do you? Well, I'm glad somebody does.
End of the day.
Me for 4 days. You're allowed to have your opinion, but when I express
don't agree.
mine-
That's very true. Like, all Christine has done is insulted Blonde Penny about her appearance. She made one comment about a tie and a shirt, and he's lost his mind. He's literally just lost all composure. The man is gone. The man is a shell of a man. This is not Christian, this is Protestant. Ha! Oh my God, religion jokes. You get everything on this channel.
You know, you got boots that the fucking witch should be wearing up in the fucking sky.
Hold on, Christian. 5 minutes ago, you bloody loved them. What happened in the space of 5 minutes? So did you not actually like them all along? Were you lying, Christian? What do you mean a witch is wearing them up in the sky? Well, that just means they're aerodynamic. I'll take it. John Wayne was a huge movie star, right? Beats your shit flickers. What have your shoes done? Scored a screamer in a Year 7's football match? Get out of here.
At the end of the day, who the fuck is she to criticise me about the way I dress?
That's all you've done for the past week to her. Like, how can you not see that you've been hypocritical here? All you've done is criticise how she looks. She's just channeling the same energy and you can't take it. And then you put her down by saying, who the fuck is she to say that? That is Blonde Penny, okay? That is the mother of 3 children. Who are you? Who are you? God, for some reason, he feels like he has this, like ultimate aura. He feels like he's got such a huge ego, and I have no idea why. Also, can you imagine if you knew this guy and you saw him on a date with like another woman? You'd be like, what's Christian doing? That's not Penny. Wait, it is Penny. Well, it's not the Penny. She doesn't look the same. Looks like Tina Turner, man.
She doesn't want to attract attention, and the reason why she doesn't want to attract attention because she thinks she's hideous.
Well, that's a lovely comment to say about someone. Thanks again, Christian. Always a pleasure, son. Switching back to the other house for some relief. Makeup Penny is trying to make up for her actions earlier, so she's cooking an entire chicken dinner from scratch for the entire family because she feels bad for what she did to the siblings, as she should.
10 out of 10.
Okay, well, that's a sign of success. Everyone's saying 10 out of 10. Go on, love. You didn't know how to cook a week ago. Now you're like Gordon Ramsay. Heston Blumenthal, watch your back. Growth. We'll love it. It's now time for the rule change week, and this means the wives can implement the rules they live at their normal house into their new home. And all of the family have to abide by these rules for the next week. So this obviously just changes the entire dynamic of the episode. And you can tell Makeup Penny is buzzing for this as she finally gets her makeup back.
Tomorrow is rule change day. Look out, because on goes the war paint. And I am going into battle.
I love that she's acting like she's Braveheart. What do I fight for? Freedom! I kind of hit that quite hard, didn't I? They may take our lives, but they will never take our freedom! Goosebumps. Goosebumps. I need to start an acting career, honestly. Right, that is tremendous, that. She hasn't had makeup on for a week, which obviously is a long time for her. I just feel like she's just going to be buzzing just for that alone. The local Sephora shop is about to be raided. Now, the first thing that Makeup Penny does to implement her own rules is hiring a professional cleaning team to sort the house out.
So we've got 2 hours and there's 3 of you, so we've got 6 hours.
She's delegating the cleaning to professionals.
I feel like Blonde Penny's going to be fuming that she's done this. Like, I just get that sense that she's going to bring this up at the end when they're face to face. Blonde Penny's first line of duty is binning every single makeup product that Makeup Penny owns and turning her entire makeup room into a playroom solely for Harvey.
She doesn't need it. She needs to take time with Harvey.
Sorry, I would be fuming. Like, I don't wear makeup, but if it was the equivalent, like, if somebody just, like, binned all my YouTube gear, I'd be like, how are the people gonna get their reacts videos? They'll not be able to live. You'd back us up on that, wouldn't you? You would. Would you? Would you go to war for us? I'm unsure. Some of us would. You wouldn't though, would you? No, you wouldn't. No. I get it, I wouldn't go to war for me either. Then they both start laying out all of the new laws they're implementing.
I am now your manager, and you
and now my employees.
Oh my God, she's gonna run like some sort of like what, child labour camp? What is this? Why are they employees? Have they got to book like 28 days of holidays? I kind of like both of the rules that the two Pennies are implementing. Like Makeup Penny is trying to get some structure in the house and making sure other people can kind of carry some of the load and like help Blonde Penny out with the chores that she normally does all of them of. And she set up like a reward system that when somebody does something nice or somebody does a chore, they get like a sticker on the wall, so it just motivates the kids to kind of want to help out. Whereas Blonde Penny has set up a lot of things so that Christian can spend more time with Harvey. She's organised for both of them to go to like a play date together so they can have fun together, which they never usually do. And this means that Christian just doesn't have a bond with Harvey. One thing that I think Blonde Penny has done just to kind of, I don't know if it's just to spite Christian, is she said that he has to change his entire image.
You are going to wear scruffy clothes everywhere we go.
I don't know if she's doing this for something that he has to implement in his life forever, but I think she's trying to teach him that like the clothes you wear don't define you, and although it's good that you can take confidence from like feeling like you look good, it shouldn't like cripple you, because it definitely cripples Christian right now. I feel like if he was seen outside with like a Primark t-shirt on, even if it was a plain one, he would like want to just kind of extract into himself. And when these rules actually start to be acted out, you can see that Christian is having such a good time with Harvey. However, Martin isn't too happy with the rule changes that Makeup Penny has made, because she swapped out all the junk food for microwavable food that can be made instantly.
Taking a fuse out of the microwave. She can't heat nothing up with it.
This Martin is literally like a child himself. Like, they made a point in the intro of this episode to say that Blonde Penny like looks after him. She definitely does. Like, why are you taking the fuse out of the microwave plug? What, you're like a child. You're an adult. Just go along with it. You're meant to go on this show to learn something. You're just like spitting your dummy out. Like throwing your toys out the pram. You're worse than the kids. At least the kids are trying with the rules. Makeup Penny does actually get the microwave working, and Martin is still fuming about this. And at this point, the kids are kind of happy, and he's left alone to protest. Like, he's the only one who's unhappy in this situation.
I absolutely hate microwave meals. You may as well eat the fucking box.
Well, why don't you cook then? Why don't you cook? Looking at that plate, you had beans and a couple of other things. You can eat that. Like, are you really that much of a snob that you're not going to eat beans? It's now the first morning with both of the houses waking up with the rule change, and you can see how strict Makeup Penny is being about all of this.
She's turned motherhood into money.
Hair's nice and shiny now this morning, isn't it?
I actually think this can be like a positive thing for the kids, like, you know, taking a bit of pride in their appearance, not like making it everything and like stressing out about they have to look perfect, but just kind of anything that can just give them a little bit more self-confidence, like, you know, just making sure you haven't got sleep in your eyes, making sure your hair's just a little bit fixed. It's just all things that can kind of just give, like, children just inner confidence. But also it can't be a negative thing, because if it, like, overtakes their lives, like what it does to Makeup Penny and also to Christian, then it becomes a huge issue. It is funny, because when they return from school, Penny gives every single member of the family a complete makeover. And as I previously mentioned, Makeup Penny has introduced this chart where the kids get stars if they kind of do good things. And she's also given them a star for like brushing their teeth or just kind of going for a wash. And stuff like that is so basic, but it makes them want to do it and gets them in a routine, so then eventually, hopefully, they just keep up that routine and just brush their teeth every day. Like, these are such basic things, but it's a really positive kind of way that Makeup Penny has kind of implemented these things. However, Martin again is kind of just shitting all over this, and he's kind of just protesting against it, and he's calling it stupid, and he's trying to sabotage it in any way. Like, he pretends that there's a rat in the kitchen to throw her off it.
God, I can't cope, I can't cope, I can't cope.
She reacted to the air vent squeaking.
Yeah, that's mint crack, mate. Can you do that one? Can you tell that again? That was actually unreal. That was so good. Oh, got him. That was mint. I don't understand what he's doing. Like, he's young. His mental age is younger than what the kids is. This is meant to be their father figure. From his point of view, I do get that it's tedious for him to play along and him also getting stars for like doing good things. But that's not the point. The point is you just like lead him by example, and just like if your kids see you buying into it, then that's going to make them want to buy into it more. It's not about you, like this entire thing, and stop making it about yourself. Apart from Martin trying to sabotage everything, it seems like both of the Penny's rule changes have actually been quite positive and have had a positive impact on both the households. Christian and Harvey have got a much better relationship, and the children are taking more care of themselves in the other household. I feel like Christian is starting to really like Blonde Penny, as she's cooked a meal from scratch and he absolutely loves it.
The first time I've seen him use a knife and fork. I will say this, the table makes a hell of a difference.
Because you're with him.
Because he's mimicking me, isn't he?
It is interesting how Blonde Penny is basically teaching Christian how to be a parent. Like, even though he's got a 2-year-old. And I know you're always learning as a parent, but that just seems like a basic thing, that your child is going to mimic your behaviour. Like, surely that's just something that you would have picked up on pretty early doors. Makeup Penny then gives Martin his long-awaited makeover she's always wanted to give him.
She's going to change Martin's image by giving him a cut and colour.
That actually looks mint, to be fair.
He's not bleaching my hair. Your hair's the colour it is. If you were meant to have purple hair, you would have been born with purple hair.
All of the people with coloured hair watching right now, you've just been told straight. If you were meant to have them purple locks, you would have been born with it, love. What you doing? Rip them out. I just think it makes you, like, more individual, you know? If you're happy with purple hair, have purple hair. Fuck it. Why'd you care what Martin thinks? I don't. Why would you care what a bloke who wears this t-shirt thinks? Women, you're all in denial. Why would you buy that t-shirt? Why would you go online, see that t-shirt, add it to your basket, put your bank details in, and still think it's a good idea? Speaking of makeovers, it's Blonde Penny's turn to make Christian into whatever she wants him to be.
Next day, Christian's doing the next of his rule change.
What is that outfit? Bro's dressed like Jesse Pinkman. What, is he about to meet Walter White?
Jesse, we need to cook.
What is that outfit?
Short, is it? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if it's too short.
It doesn't matter.
He looks like an undercover cop.
Penny, I'm going to leave the clothes here, right? I'm not going to wear them. You took the makeup off because it wasn't you. You broke that rule last week, so I'm going to break this rule.
I knew he wouldn't do it. He just can't. It's too much.
I don't know if this Penny is doing this to, like, get him back. I feel like she is, rather than doing it, like, to try and get him over the hurdle of caring what people think. I don't feel like that's the main thing here. I feel like she's just trying to embarrass him back. And I feel like Christian feels the same, because when they get home, they start a massive row.
You think you're better than what you actually are?
Have I said I'm better than you?
You think you are. You're trying to make me, and then you refuse to wear charity clothes.
I do think Christian thinks he's above this Penny. I really do. I feel like she's right there, and she definitely senses it.
The other day,
Get your head from up your fucking ass and take a good look at yourself. You're not worth my time.
You can tell that she hates him and he hates her. They're never going to see eye to eye. They're just two totally contrasting people. These two would never be friends, like, outside of this experiment. And this row only gets worse as the night goes on.
Christian thinks that changing nappies should be down to Supermum Penny.
I love that Christian thinks to change his own son's nappy, it should be this, like, random stranger that he's only known for a week over himself. I know, like, the whole thing is wife swap, but even then I'd be like, I just don't really feel comfortable with you, like, touching my son in that way. I just don't want... You're a stranger in reality. I know on a TV show, but some things, like, I'm the parent, I'll do that.
Fuck off, did I say I was Supermum? My child. Yeah, I have done it, and I was wrong for that.
I mean, she has kind of, like, that was bad. You shouldn't, like, swear in front of a child, like, especially in his house. If, like, they don't swear in front of the children, then she has kind of overstepped a boundary there, even if she is angry.
Go away.
Yes, you go away. Why don't you drop dead?
Wait, why did he whisper his insult? I couldn't even hear what he said there. He was like, "You're a right little bitch." Right? Didn't actually say it. Right? You couldn't hear us, so didn't actually say it. Did you hear what she said? That she wants us to drop dead. Ooh, what does that say about her? You can already tell that when both the Pennies meet for the first time, they're going to clash so badly. But at this point in the show, it seems like Martin has turned a little corner, as he's actually backing up Makeup Penny on a lot of our new rules. When the kids are pushing back a little bit on certain things, like which t-shirt they have to wear for school, he's backing Penny up, and he's really saying, like, no, you need to do this because you'll look better. Whereas before, he was the one rebelling against everything. The morning after Blonde Penny and Christian's row, they decide to make up and put Harvey first.
I don't know how to shake your hand, I don't know how to kiss and make up.
Oh, that was on the lips. I mean, I didn't see that coming at the start of this episode. Is there a little bit of Right, didn't eat a kiss on the lips, did you, Christian? Someone's feeling a little bit closer to Blonde Penny. Blonde Penny even sets up like a play date for Harvey with people in the street, like kids his age. And it's Christian's duty to kind of look after them all and make sure they're all safe. And he like smashes it. Like he looks like a really good dad. And it's such a shame that this isn't like the normality of his life. Hopefully after this show, he brings this into his everyday life because he actually is a really good dad when he tries. In the other house, Makeup Penny has ordered Martin to make them some food for a date night they're going to spend in the house. And Martin just instantly is fuming about this.
Management time now.
Martin's taking it out on the steaks.
He's a little bit scary, our Martin, isn't he? Right? You know, like, I know that's what you have to do with steaks, you know, roll them out a little bit. But saying anger management time before it and then really, you know, going to town on it with your fist, I would say that's a little bit of a red flag. Like, doing that in the first week of knowing someone, I'd probably not give them a call back after that. And he ends up complaining because he doesn't like his own cooking and then just gets a bowl of cereal whilst Makeup Penny is still eating the steak.
This is going to be the best tasting meal I've had in 10 days.
You're going to really miss me when I'm gone.
Like, even if you don't like the food, just eat it. Because you're on it like a date. You're trying to just create like a little nice time for the two of you. You've just ruined the entire vibe here. You've got champagne. Now you're going to have to drink champagne with cornflakes. Who does that? To be fair, if anyone does do that, that is pretty iconic. I can't lie. I'm kind of here for it. And even though he turned a corner previously, you can tell he's just completely backtracked and now he wants Makeup Penny gone from his home.
She needs to know she can't come into everyone else's lives throwing her weight around, trying to turn everyone else into her. Not everyone else wants to be her.
I mean, that is kind of the concept of the show. It is her job to come into your house and implement her own rules. That is, you know, I feel like she hasn't just kind of like walked into your house and went, right, I rule this place now. Martin, haircut. If anything, that haircut just makes him look more aggressive. I don't know what it is about it. Before, his curls kind of softened him a little bit. Now there's just no softening about him. The show then progresses to the final day where the wives are leaving their newfound families for the last time. And they both seem emotional, not to leave their husbands behind, but because they've actually formed a good bond with each of the children. They then get to see their actual partner for the first time in 2 weeks and they both look buzzing about it. She's literally running.
I'll never leave you.
I mean, one good thing about this show is it does really make you appreciate your current partner if the partner that you've had to stay with for 2 weeks is awful. That's the one positive you get from this show, if nothing else. And I don't feel like either of these wives are going to want to keep their new husband that they've just spent the last 2 weeks with. Now, before they get to return home and live their lives as they did previously, they have to sit down face to face and tell each other exactly what they don't like about each other's households. And straight away, Blonde Penny starts this conversation on smoke.
And I really admire your honesty. You made out to me that you were an awful mother, and I'm sorry, but I agree with you.
You know what? Game recognises game love. That is absolutely tremendous. Straight out the bat. Not even like you're right. It was me husband okay to you. Straight away, you said you were an awful mother, and you know what? I agree. Oh, she had us in the first half. I thought she was going to go, you know what, you're actually not that bad. She didn't.
Please, please, take the time out of him now. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to work. Your business is important to you. But I do feel that you could do maybe 3 days a week.
I feel like that is a really fair thing for this Penny to bring up about the other Penny. She really needs to spend more time with Harvey because she spends no time with him. And like neither of these parents have a bond previous to Blonde Penny entering this household. I actually think that's such a positive thing that she's brought into this home. That you have to care for your child. However, Makeup Penny just seems to have like a backup and she starts an absolute war at this point.
You call yourself a housewife. When I read your manual, I pissed myself laughing.
Sorry, why are the one-liners so on point here? I read your manual and I pissed myself laughing.
Your sister called me Mrs. Antiseptic. Do you know what I ended up calling her? A fat twat.
I mean, what's the weight got to do with it? That's all your family are. Just a bunch of fat Like, what's that got to do with anything? I love that they're just speaking their mind, though. They're both just saying, yeah, you're a terrible person. Well, you're actually more of a terrible person. Yeah, well, you're a fat twat.
Get a fucking grip with life and be there for your son.
Do you know what I love about this is both the husbands are just like this. Even though they demonstrated the worst behaviour, arguably, in this entire episode, they're just not stepping in at all.
Hey. Sorry. Call my fucking family fat.
Sorry, that was actually like top 10 wife swap coldest moments. Actually, it might just be top 10 coldest moments in history. Swilling the person that called your family fat and then leaving going, nobody calls my family fat. Oh, aura. Why are you aura farming for, blonde penny? As the kids say. Unbelievable! Now, this is the first time in history, apparently, that wife swap had to cut this part of the episode short. Like, normally they talk for like a good 5 to 10 minutes. I think they sat down for like a minute 30, maybe 2 minutes at a push, before they had to just call it off. These women detested each other. Even though they shared the same name, they couldn't be more different.
She called my family a load of fat slobs, my whole family. And I'm sorry, but she's got no right.
I feel like she was well within her rights to react that way. But I did think that I think that Blonde Penny did definitely start the conversation off in a toxic way, like calling her a bad parent. That's just going to get her back up. Both of these people clearly thrive off like winding each other up and kind of finding ways to kind of make the other person react. I don't think anyone's innocent in this scenario. It's so funny because once they return home, they just start making passive-aggressive comments about the previous Penny who was living here.
I have made a list of tasks you will... Who does she think she is? Hitler?
What? How does that make her him? She had 5 rules written down, and apparently she's a dictator now. I mean, I think she's got a long way to go to get to his level. He did wear a lot of makeup, so she doesn't wear, she doesn't wear quite that much.
Your makeup's gone, babe. I've got to say, it's a good idea.
You can tell by her reaction here. Like, I don't know if I'm being too harsh here because obviously a makeup room, like, she's obviously obsessed with makeup, so she's going to be a little bit shocked. But I think she's, like, negatively shocked. Like, she's not even seeing the positive in this about how much Harvey will enjoy this. She's only thinking about herself. And it really does wind us up that she doesn't put her son first. It really does. The show then cuts to a short update, like 3 weeks after they filmed the original footage, so we get a little update from both of the couples. Blonde Penny says that she started standing up for herself in the house. She doesn't let anyone walk all over her now, and other people in the house do help her out with her chores, which is a good thing and clearly shows she's actually took something from this experiment. She also doesn't let her kids have sweet treats 24/7. They have to like earn them, and she actually uses the chart, I think, that Makeup Penny introduced. So that is a positive that she's took from this experiment, because usually the wives just like go back to how they were before even like kind of being on wife swap. So it is actually good that something good has come out of this for her. This experiment has also solidified something for Blonde Penny.
We're going to have another baby.
Come on then, Penny lad. Love that. I mean, she is a great mum. She's a really good mum. I feel like, that's good. Bring someone else in, okay? Give them loads of love. I wonder if, like, spending time with Harvey, she was like, oh, like, I miss having a baby in the family, which is quite nice. Like, it's quite nice that they've took a real positive step out of this experiment. Also, Makeup Penny has said that she's cut back her hours at work and she actually is spending a lot more time with Harvey, which, again, is a really good thing, and she's clearly learned from this process and learned where she was at fault. Like, this is actually one of the best short-term updates we've ever had from this show. Normally, they don't take anything from doing this experiment. These two mothers actually have learned a lot. Also, with Harvey's playroom, she's only transformed half of it back to the makeup room, so I guess that's like half a win. She hasn't totally kind of eradicated it, but still it would have been nice for him to have a room that he can kind of, play in, especially where they don't show him much attention originally.
I will leave the house with no makeup on, and it's more important to be loved than how you look.
Okay, love. Little bit of personal growth. Love to see it. I mean, you wouldn't have said that sentence at the start of this episode. Good character arc. Get in love. This might be the most positive note we've ever ended a wife swap episode on. However, the update I'm about to give you, unfortunately, is going to kill all of that positivity. So first off, I believe that Penny and Martin are still together. However, I do believe that Penny and Christian are divorced according to various forums. I couldn't actually find their social medias, and I didn't want to pry too much because it seems like they want to live a bit of a private life after appearing on the show. However, I did find one really bad thing out about Harvey, who obviously is their son. Swansea man handed 10-year extended sentence for a string of offences. It says here that 20-year-old Harvey Christian Blythe from Swansea has been given a 10-year extended sentence, 7 years plus 3 on licence, for offences including rape, disclosing private video, possession of Class A images, possession of extreme stalking, and racially aggravated public order. It says here, the bravery of the victim has been incredible from start to finish. I would like to thank the victim for the strength and courage shown throughout the investigation and hope that this will, in some way, provide closure so that she is able to rebuild her life. Harvey Blythe is a dangerous individual who fully deserves the sentence imposed on him. This case demonstrates the seriousness with which South Wales Police deals with reports of including those committed against women and girls. And there's a photo of him here. So, you know, obviously, clearly, something went horrifically wrong in his life. I don't know if, like, it had anything to do with what we've seen in the show. Obviously, like, the crimes that he's committed, it's so harsh to say it's down to the parents. I don't want to directly say that because I just feel like, obviously, they will be mourning, you know, what has happened as well. But this is one of the most shocking updates that I've ever found. Like, that little boy, like, seeing him there so sweet, just wanting his parents to love him. And then, you know, they can go on to do something like this. It's honestly one of the... when I searched this, it took us back so much. But yeah, I didn't want to end this video on a somber note, but I just wanted to give you, like, an overall update on this. So, you know, I hope it hasn't, you know, made you feel too sad. I just hope that the victims in this situation are just, you know, healing, as this article said. And I hope you enjoyed this video, Donuts. Me and Justin are really trying to raise the levels of everything round here and just provide you with the best quality videos as possible. We have got a series going of wife swap videos now, so if you want to go on a binge watch of them, one actually hit 1 million, so thank you so much for that. Like, we're growing really fast now, and I just really appreciate it. Like, the support you've showed me and Justin, like, producing these videos is honestly so nice, so thank you so much, because honestly, it's just like the best thing ever, making content for you. So thank you very much. Go on a binge watch for them. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Bye bye.